In today's show, top commodity strategist says Bitcoin is aiming for 100,000 amid rising demand, but that it won't happen anytime soon. In this latest report put out by Bloomberg entitled Bitcoin Trend Adding Zeros, intelligence commodity strategist Mike McGlone says Bitcoin could be en route to 100,000, but that investors of the number one crypto will have to wait. That's right. According to Mike McGlone, Bitcoin's valuation will rise on the back of rising adoption rates, and Bitcoin's historical price history suggests 100,000 could happen by 2025. I'll be breaking down this bullish price prediction for you in today's show. And influencer Dan Tapiro, his response to this: wow, first time I can recall Bloomberg analysts super bullish Bitcoin forecast with real analysis. Surprising from mainstream and traditional source. 14,000 possible this year, 100,000 by 2025. Once again, I'll be breaking all this down for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, Bitcoin Pioneer predicts a 1 trillion Bitcoin market cap by 2022 or sooner. That's right, the Blockstream CEO, Adam Back, just recently tweeted, conservative, I'd say Bitcoin likely sees 1 trillion market cap within 2 years. Probably sooner. 1 trillion is about $50,000 per BTC. I'll be breaking this down in greater details for you here in today's show. Also in today's episode, Bitcoin well clusters pinpoint the critical levels that Bitcoin must hold to rally, which I'll be breaking down for you here in today's show. And being we're now in the fourth quarter of 2020, we'll be taking a look at the previous years of the fourth quarter Bitcoin price gains during a bull market, because as you can see, things tend to get very bullish and turn up a few notches. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin barely in the green, most of the major altcoins in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Top commodity strategist says Bitcoin's aiming for 100,000 amid rising demand, but that it won't happen anytime soon. That's right, Bloomberg Intelligence commodity strategist Mike McGlone says Bitcoin could be en route to 6 digits, but investors of the number one crypto will just have to wait. In the new edition of the Bloomberg Crypto Outlook, McGlone says that Bitcoin is on track to breach key resistance at 14,000 as indicators show that investors are flocking into the number one cryptocurrency. And I'll include this report in the show notes below the video in the description. It's entitled Bitcoin Trend Adding Zeros, and inside it covers Bitcoin on track to 100,000 in 2025, historical growth guides, the Bitcoin advantage, rising prices, increased demand, not supply, expect Bitcoin number one, Tether number two in 2021 if trends remain the same, Bitcoin's upper hand versus the crypto market. And now for some of the highlights from inside this report. Our chart depicts the market cap of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust approaching Bitcoin equivalent holdings of 500,000. That's right. A year ago, this direct indicator of investor demand held less than half the amount. Inflows into the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the largest exchange traded product, absorbed about 70% of new Bitcoin supply in quarter three. We calculate. Also featured in our graphic is the 30-day average of Bitcoin active addresses from Coinmetrics. This strong price companion points to the crypto closer to $15,000 versus about $10,500, which is where we're currently at. On October 2nd, addresses plunged with prices in 2018 and were a leading indicator of the Bitcoin recovery in 2019. And in this graph, it shows the top Bitcoin demand indicators remain positive. So Bitcoin is looking bullish. If you're bullish on the king of all crypto, let me know in the comments right down below. McGlone also highlights Bitcoin's unique property in the price, which does not influence supply, which leaves adoption as the number one metric to measure value. According to McGlone, Bitcoin's valuation will rise on the back of rising adoption rates, and Bitcoin's historical price history suggests $100,000 could happen by 2025. When do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to hit 6 digits? As you know, Stock to Flow predicts a $100,000 Bitcoin price by the end of next year. Now, in this report, They go on to share, still in hangover mode from the 2017 rally, we don't know what specific catalysts might launch Bitcoin to new highs, but demand versus supply metrics remain price positive. If the crypto echoes its past gains with some maturation, about double the time period it took to add a 0 to 1,000 could get its price to 100,000 in 2025. In addition, the Bloomberg Intelligence strategist says that the current macroeconomic landscape should serve as a tailwind for Bitcoin's ascent. I agree right there. He goes on to share, in an unparalleled macroeconomic backdrop of rapidly increasing fiscal and monetary stimulus, limited supply stores of value such as gold and Bitcoin stand to prevail. In our view, this should be true when traditional asset classes, stocks and bonds, are overextended. Now, to read this full report, it's only 9 pages. Go check the description right below this video. And now checking out influencer Dan Tapiro's response in regards to this Bloomberg report. Wow. First time I can recall Bloomberg analysts super bullish. Bitcoin forecast with real analysis. Surprising from mainstream and traditional source. 14,000 possible this year. 100,000 by 2025. Lengthy report provides 10 plus reasons for bullish call. So let me know if you're bullish on the king of all crypto. And checking out some of the responses, Timothy Peterson responded, the full math behind all of this is something I've published years ago. Only now people are just catching on. And Dan responded, better late than never. Touche. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin Pioneer predicts a 1 trillion Bitcoin market cap by 2022 or sooner. And we're talking about the Blockstream CEO, Adam Back, which many believe is the real Satoshi Nakamoto. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin barely in the green, up 0.19% for the day, trading just above $10,600. I'd love to see Bitcoin continue to climb from here, but what is still a little shocking to me, we never closed that CME futures gap at about that $9,600 to $9,700 range. So if we break below 10,500 support, then we're likely to visit 10.2. If we break below that and we don't hold above the critical 10K resistance, then I feel it's likely we drop back down to about that $9,500 mark, and I feel that may be the low. However, Bitcoin may surprise us and maintain this $10,000 support. And if we do, we can climb right on back to 11 or 12,000 in no time. Also considering we're now in the fourth quarter of 2020, things are looking very bullish if you're to ask me. Now, Ethereum is down 1.4%, trading at $346. XRP down 0.3%, trading at 25 cents. We have Chainlink down 2%, now trading at $9.16. ADA, EOS, BNB, all in the red. So as you can see, most of the crypto market is currently bearish. All right, and now checking out our next story of the day. Bitcoin hitting a 1 trillion market cap by 2025 is conservative, and those levels should hit it in less than 2 years. That's right, according to the Blockstream CEO Adam Back, who delivered a fresh bullish Bitcoin price outlook on Monday. Back was responding to a report published by ARK Invest, which I covered in great detail on yesterday's episode. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. Who back in September forecast the Bitcoin market cap of 1 trillion to 5 trillion by 2030 at the latest. ARK is well known for its enthusiastic price forecast for Tesla stock, which saw an almost unbelievable rise in 2020. Checking out Adam Back's tweet right here. Conservative. I'd say Bitcoin likely sees a 1 trillion market cap within 2 years, probably sooner. 1 trillion is about $50,000 per Bitcoin. So right now it's 2020. So he's saying by the end of 2022, he feels we'll see a 1 trillion market cap and the Bitcoin price will be 50,000 or above. Now, I agree. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, as of October, Bitcoin's market cap is just over 198 billion. For Back's prognosis to come true, the market would need to see a 400% increase by 2022. Does that seem so far-fetched to you? Not to me. For reference, at the start of October, 2 years ago in 2018, the figure stood at 114 billion. Bitcoin traded at 6,600, 2 months before the pit of its bear market, which bottomed out at 3,100. Now, analysts are betting on a breakout. Further responses to ARK included on-chain data resource Coinmetrics, which highlighted a 2 trillion Bitcoin market cap as equal to that of Apple. Checking out this tweet from Coinmetrics. For context, a 2 trillion market cap for Bitcoin would put one Bitcoin at $100,000. That's also the same market cap as Apple. To reach the market cap of gold, one Bitcoin would be worth about 500,000, there is plenty of upside to come. And checking out this graph brought to you by Coinmetrics entitled Bitcoin Market Cap in Context. How much must one Bitcoin be worth to match the market cap of those assets? And in comparison to Facebook, Bitcoin would be at 40,300. In comparison to Apple, we're talking about $106,000 Bitcoin price. And in comparison to gold, $487,000 Bitcoin price. And in comparison to the US M2 money supply, we're talking about almost a $1 million Bitcoin price. That's right. The Bitcoin price activity is currently much more subdued, with analysts expecting more sideways action to characterize the remainder of the year. At the same time, anticipation is building over Bitcoin abandoning its correlation to traditional macro assets and rising in line with historical behavior, specifically centered on predictions from the stock-to-flow price forecasting models. The stock-to-flow predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price medium average by the year 2024. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the infamous stock to flow, and let me know if you agree or disagree here with Adam Back, the Blockstream CEO. Do you feel the Bitcoin market cap is likely to cross $1 trillion by the end of 2022 or sooner, and that the Bitcoin price will rise to $50,000 by this time? Drop me a comment right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin whale clusters pinpoint critical levels Bitcoin must hold to rally. Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 339 billion with 96 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. Current Bitcoin dominance has been on the climb, currently 58.3%. And now taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Zcash leading the pack, up 4%, trading at 65 bucks. Monero up about 4%, trading at $110. Hedge Trade up 3%, trading at 94 cents. BBC coin up 2%, trading at 31 cents. Hedera Hashgraph up 1%, trading at 3 cents. Below that, we have Quant barely in the green, Hyperon barely in the green, Band Protocol, and then some stable coins, as most the altcoins are currently in the red. And now checking out the biggest losers within the top 100 in the past 24 hours, PumaPay, which has been pumping, is now down a whopping 86%, trading at 0.0002. We have Uniswap down 18%, trading just below $3. Ren down 13%, trading at 22 cents. Synthetics Network down 12%, trading at $3.75. Below that, we have Compound down about 12%, Aave down about 12%, Loopring and Swipe. And out of this list of the biggest losers and gainers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are back in control, leading with almost 8 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts barely leading 50.6% versus 49.3% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 47 neutral, yesterday a 42 in fear, last week a 45 in fear, and last month a 41 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy the frickin' dip 24/7, dollar cost average, stack those sats. You know what I'm saying? And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's check out these fourth quarter gains. This was tweeted by the Crypto Dog. Q4 is where Bitcoin typically makes most of its gains during bull markets. I don't think this year will be an exception. Now checking it out, this is coming from SKU Analytics. It's the Bitcoin quarterly returns in percentages. Let's start with 2014, where we had a negative 18% Q4. In 2015, we had an 82% gains in Q4. In 2016, we had 62% gains. Now, here's why this is so important. We had a Bitcoin halving in 2016. Now, the following year in 2017 is where we saw the Bitcoin price rise all the way up to an all-time high of approximately $20,000, and we saw a 210% increase in the fourth quarter. That's right, Bitcoin soared and literally doubled within like a week to hit that $20,000 price point. So could that happen again this year in the fourth quarter of 2020, now 3 years later, when the market is that much more mature? Abso-freaking-lutely. Then in 2018, 2018, crypto winter, negative 42% quarter 4, and in 2019, negative 13% quarter 4. So if I was to place money, and if I was a betting man, in which FYI I am not, I'm just a Bitcoin hodler at its core who believes in this technology for the long haul, and that's why I'm extremely bullish right here on this channel. How can you be bearish on the king of all crypto when it's the only decentralized currency and it's the hardest form of sound money in existence with a limited supply cap of 21 million? We can't say the same thing about fiat currency, and we can't even say the same thing about gold. Gold may be scarce, but is there a finite limited supply? I didn't think so. So now you know why I'm extremely bullish for the fourth quarter of 2020. Where do you think our gains will be for this quarter? Drop me a comment right down below. And before I break down this last story of the day, Bitcoin whale clusters pinpoint critical levels Bitcoin must hold to rally. First, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 550 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video, or if you're listening or tuning in on a different platform outside of YouTube, the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added. Also, for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and let's connect. Now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? Bitcoin whale clusters point towards 3 critical price levels to maintain a bullish market structure in the near term. Whale clusters form when large investors purchase Bitcoin and do not move it. That's right, they don't touch it. These clusters typically indicate where crucial point levels exist, and the logic is that Bitcoin needs to maintain this level to see a prolonged rally. According to the data from Whale Map, the 3 important support levels marked by whales are 10,400, 10,500, and 10,600. That's right, as you can see right here in this graph entitled Hourly Map of Unspent Bitcoins, you can see where these clusters are currently hovering. Now, whale movements may signal the start of a Bitcoin uptrend. That's right, whales or individual investors holding large amounts of Bitcoin usually seek significant liquidity to buy or sell. This is because they deal with substantial buy or sell orders and manage this need by targeting highly liquid price points. Whale accumulation often takes place as weak hands capitulate, and typically a retail sell-off amidst peak fear in the markets coincides with whale purchases because they are large sell volumes to absorb. In the last 5 days, there were many reasons and unexpected events that could have pushed retail investors to sell. On October 1st, the U.S. Commodities and Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, charged BitMEX with violating the Bank Secrecy Act almost immediately after Bitcoin plunged by 4.1%. Then the very next day, U.S. President Donald Trump tested positive, allegedly, for COVID-19. The president's unexpected COVID-19 contraction temporarily shook financial markets and added some selling pressure on Bitcoin. The two events caused fear in the crypto market to intensify, and Bitcoin price fell from 10,900 to 10,500. Not too shabby, if you're to ask me. We've come a very long way. Over the following days, the price recovered to 10,670, and this newfound resilience corresponds with whale clusters that formed on October 2nd. Now, here's 2 technical factors which could further fuel the Bitcoin momentum. In addition to the activity of whales, there's 2 technical catalysts that could buoy the sentiment around Bitcoin. First, the Bitcoin futures funding rate across major exchanges are either negative or neutral. When a funding rate is low, it signifies that the majority of traders on futures exchanges are betting against Bitcoin. A prolonged period of negative rates raises the likelihood of a short squeeze, which could cause the Bitcoin price to increase. A pseudonymous trader known as Bitazine General said this on crypto Twitter: "We're getting closer to Monday and funding has gone more negative, especially Binance, where most the fish are." So there you have it. Furthermore, since the CFTC's charge against the exchange, market data provider Glassnode reports that investors pulled literally 45,000 Bitcoin from BitMEX. Many industry experts foreshadowed regulatory action against BitMEX, and the resulting Bitcoin outflow is not terribly surprising. One could argue that the outflow of funds from BitMEX to more reliable 2 exchanges could benefit the overall market sentiment, particularly because Gemini is considered to be one of the strongest exchanges in the crypto sphere in terms of regulatory compliance. So there you have it. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Top commodity strategist Mike McGlone says Bitcoin is aiming for 100,000 amid rising demand, but that it won't happen anytime soon, revealed in this latest report entitled Bitcoin Trend Adding Zeros. And Dan Tapero pointed out right here, not only does this report share that 14,000 is possible this year, but we're talking $100,000 by 2025. This lengthy report provides 10 plus reasons for this bullish call, and I'll include this report in the show notes below the video in the description, so be sure to check it out. Also in today's episode, Bitcoin Pioneer predicts a 1 trillion Bitcoin market cap by 2022 or sooner. We're talking about the Blockstream CEO, Adam Back, who tweeted, "Conservative, I'd say Bitcoin likely sees a 1 trillion market cap within 2 years, probably sooner. 1 trillion is about $50,000 per Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below." Also shared the latest from Coinmetrics, who put this in context. A 2 trillion market cap would mean a $100,000 Bitcoin price. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And be sure to grab yourself a crypto cocktail so we can watch this Bitcoin price rise to the moon. And real quick, before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash that link right below this video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Deuces.